Every year on Yom Kippur, I wonder about some of the al-chaits we say. We start off, we say al-chait that we did against the Kodesh Baruch Hu, ba'onis and b'ratzon. So onis seems to be the opposite of ratzon, and vice versa. Now that seems strange because I would think that the opposite of onis, being forced, is mazid, doing something purposeful, not ratzon, which is doing something with will and desire. On the other hand, we see later on shogeg and mazid, where shogeg, being negligent or accidentally doing something, is contrasted with mazid, purposely doing something. So clearly, in terms of our sins, we have a type of sin that we do either b'shogeg or b'mazid, and those are compared to each other, or ba'onis and b'ratzon, and those are compared to each other. And I've always found this confusing. So I asked around, had some conversations, and there are two answers that I'd like to share with everybody. It all hinges, though, on the understanding of the word onus. Onus, I usually understood as being forced. A very visual or vivid example is if somebody would pick somebody up. If Reuven would pick up Shimon and throw Shimon through a window and break the window, Shimon is onus. He had no ability to control that. He didn't try to break the window. He didn't pick up a rock and throw it. He was the rock. Now, that doesn't seem to contrast very well with Ratzon, except for the fact that clearly he didn't desire to do it. So that's one understanding of Ratzon, of onus, and we'll work with that in a second. The other, though, is not forced in the sense that absolutely no agency whatsoever, but rather onus in terms of pressured. Maybe a lot of pressure, social pressure, financial pressure, where life and its circumstances, quote unquote, forces you to do a sin. And that's contrasted with doing it willfully. Now, I favor that a bit more, but I wonder if that really fits in with the word onus, if onus can be used in that sense. So let's try to make sense of both of them. Give an answer for both uses of the word onus, and then figure out all four types of sins. One's done with onus, one's with ratzon, one with shogeg, one with mazid. We'll start off with my preferred example or definition, that is pressured. And what we want here is a situation, the same situation, the only factor that changes is whether or not I'm doing this under pressure or willfully with desire. So imagine you work at an office, and there's something that the office as a whole is going to do that is inappropriate, that goes against your values, goes against the Torah. It's not allowed, but